first we're going to play with the design tab and the layout there, the insert and design tab quite a bit. We did a lot with the home tab last time. Let's start with the design tab though. So go ahead and click on the design tab. You'll see some themes and some styles that are just preset. You could select those. We're not going to play with those at all. We're going to go clear over to the far right where you see watermark, page color, and page borders. We're going to start with page color. So go ahead and hit that arrow down and let's select a color for your page. Now you've got some presets in there that just give you kind of some shading. If you don't like those, go into that more colors. See where it says more colors and click on that. This gives you kind of a honeycomb. There's probably 100 or so colors in there. And if that's not enough, you can hit the custom tab on top and you can get whatever color you want to get. Has your millions of colors in there. So that was under design tab, page color, and then go to the more colors there. So go ahead and pick a color. I'm just going to pick a red. I'm going to darken it up a little bit. Hit OK, and that'll just give you a page color. Okay, kind of boring, it's kind of flat like that, so we're going to spice that up a little bit. Go back into your page color tab, that little button, and go clear to the bottom. You'll see when this says fill effects. Go into that fill effects. Now you can select as colors go, and you already see there's some that goes like to black and red automatically. I'll show you what that's doing. So you can go into one color, two colors are preset. If you do one color, you can actually just take the color we have and you can darken it up or lighten it. If you go darker, it's going to go to black. If you go to light, it's going to go to white. You could pick two colors if you want to do like a red and a gray or something, or red and yellow even. And then presets have some crazy colors in them. Presets have like daybreak. That's not too bad. I thought there was like a rainbow one or a maybe it's a desert. Some of them get a little bit out of control. That drive your eyes crazy. So you can pick one you like. I'm going to stick with the one color. You can change the direction it goes. You can do vertical, diagonal, from the corner. There's lots of different directions you can go. Along the top, you can also put in textures, patterns, or pictures in your background. Those get a little crazy too. So again, it depends on what you're designing. So I'm just going to pick a gradient. Hit OK. It just gives you a nice little more depth in which you had just that flat color. So, okay, so that's the page color. Did you pick a color? Okay. Let's go to page border. Let's do the next one over, the page border. And this is just going to put some lines around the outside of our flyer that we're making. So over on the left-hand side, you've got like a box, a shadow 3D. Those are the main ones that you'll work with. I like the shadow one. You can pick one. In the center, you've got the different types of lines. So you've got dots and dashes. I like if you go down farther, you'll get like some gradient ones. You get some line ones. I kind of like the heavy line ones. You can pick one of those. You can change the color of it if you want to change the color of it. Same thing, you got the more colors and all of that on it. You can change the width, make it heavier. Then one of them says art. I'm not a big fan of the art. You might be. There's like cherries and cupcakes and with candy corn and stuff. And then on the right, you could actually select where you want your art to go, your border to go. So if I didn't want it to say on the top and bottom, I could get rid of the top and the bottom lines and it'd just go on the side. So you can turn those on and off if you want to. Once you get done, just hit OK, and that's going to put a nice border in for you. Okay, good so far? Let's add some text along the top. We're just going to put Weber Warriors along the top, but we're not going to do it with just our normal text. We're going to put in what they call a word art. Word art's kind of a graphic text, so it gives you some more options to be a little more creative. So that's going to be under the Insert tab. And then we're going to go clear to the right. There's kind of a tipped over A. And if you mouse over it, it'll say word art on it. Go ahead and click on that and just pick one of these. You don't have to, I'm going to show you how to change them all, so you can just pick a style that you kind of like to get you started. And then you can select from there. Once you click on it, it's going to give you like a text box to type in. So let's type in Weber Warriors right there. Okay, and then from there, we're just going to work our way along the top. Well, let me show you this first. This actually, with that selected, that gives you a whole brand new tab up here. It gives you the Format tab. If I click off of that, that Format tab disappears. So there's all kinds of options. It'll do that for any type of graphic that you do. So if I click on it again, Format tab comes back, and then we can really spice this one up. So you've seen the shapes before. We'll play with those again in a minute. You've got shape styles, those little boxes. Hit that double arrow down. That'll open up your styles, and you can just pick a style that you like. That's just going to put kind of a background and a border on for you. Go ahead and pick one that you like. And then if you don't like the colors of that, you can actually just go next to it, and there's like fill, outline, and effects. You could change the fill of that if you wanted to. If you want a little bit lighter, darker, or whatever you want to do on that. You could put a gradient in it. And then the outline's going to be the stroke on that. So you could do I'm going to do a heavier outline. Maybe do that one black. You can do whatever. I mean, be creative on it. And then shape effects will give you like if you want to make it glow, you can have it glow. You can do a bevel. There's just some cool things that you can do with it. Okay. Now, let's say you want to change the font and stuff of that. That's a little different. Even though it's word art, it's still just plain text. So where would you change your font at?
Home.
Just in the Home tab, right? So you highlight everything there, go back to your Home tab, and then you can change your font. It should even give you, as you double click on it, it'll give you the pop-up box too that'll give you the fonts and things that you can change. I'm just going to go over and change your font, and let's increase the size of it. So I'm going to increase the size, make it go all the way across. You can change the font color if you want. I mean, there's lots that you can do with that. Now that box that you have around too, you can size that. If I stretch that out, it just gives you a great big ugly box. But so you can size that like across the top of your flyer, and it'll stay centered up. Cool stuff, right? Doing all right so far? You guys following along? Okay. Let's add a picture in now. We go to the titles? Let's move on. So to get your picture down here, notice my cursor is way up here. If I start hitting the Enter key, it's going to push my Weber Warriors down. It gets a little bit hard to get that down. So just put your mouse down underneath. Make sure it goes to the eye, the little placeholder thing. Just put that underneath your Weber Warriors and double click. And that will actually pull your cursor down for you. So you don't have to you don't have to try to get it down there. And now we're going to insert a picture right there. So we're going to go to the Insert tab, just like we did the word art. So we're going to go to Insert, and then you'll see there's like pictures, online pictures, shapes, icons, all of that. We're going to do online pictures. Pictures would give you, like if you had a picture already on your computer, then you could insert a picture from your computer. We're going to do online pictures. This is going to go out and do a search for us. If it comes up, did yours come up? It should have like cats and trains and like categories. Let's do a search up there and search for like warrior, or sometimes you have to do like a knight to get the warrior looking thing.
I kind of got lost. Where do we go?
So go to Insert. Did you get your cursor down here?
Yeah.
Okay, then just go to Insert,
Yeah.
and then Online Pictures. So you're good. There we go. I'm going to do knights, it seems like. Okay, then just pick a picture you like. I'm gonna do this guy. Once you pick one, just hit Insert. So take a couple seconds to find one. Nice. Once you get it in, it might be a little big. Just grab a handle and just shrink it down, make it a little bit smaller in that top left. We're going to put some text around it. And if you get like I've got this little white box down at the bottom, that's like the copyright information. You can just delete that. If you just click on it, just make sure you're clicking on the box. I've got everything selected. Click on the box, come on. And then just hit your delete key. And that'll take that away. Okay. Now click on your picture, and this is going to bring up a whole other tab too. It's going to see picture tools and then format. Click on that format tab and look at all the stuff you can do for that particular picture. We're just going to look at some of them on the left-hand side. One of them is remove background. You can play with that down the road later. That's if you had like a white background that you want to get rid of. You could click on that, and Word's getting pretty good at it, but it'll make that transparent for you so it looks like mine just happened to be transparent. But it'll get rid of that. And then check out these, the corrections, the color, and the artistic effects. Corrections is like your brightness and contrast. Color gives you like a color overlay. If you had like a whole theme going on, you could do any of just like the color schemes. And then the artistic effect is kind of fun. You can do like paintbrush, film. There's film grain, texture. What are some of those? Pencil sketch. And as you work your way over, you'll see like there's picture styles. Like if you want to have a reflection on it, you can put it in like a frame, white ones. You can hit that arrow down again, that double arrow, and that's going to give you all kinds of options. You can put it in a shape, if you want to put it in a shape. Check some of those out. Once you pick one of the borders, if you keep going across, you'll see there's like the border, picture effects. That's the same like the glow, the bevel. It's the same thing we did with the word art. The picture layout is going to be where it's going to be on your screen. That gets a little intense. To the far right, you can crop. So sometimes you might want to crop, like if there's some words on the bottom you want to crop out, you can actually crop the image when that's selected. Okay, do we do all right on that? Okay. Let's add some text now. We're going to add a whole bunch of text on our flyer. So go to Weber High's webpage, our homepage, just weber.wsd.net. And there's some text right on the front of the page we're going to steal. So weber.wsd.net. And it's all that about Weber High. Let's take those, there's like 5 paragraphs. Let's take all of those paragraphs. So just highlight all of those. And then copy that, just a Control-C. And then let's go over to Word, and we're going to paste that in. Now, a couple things. Don't paste that in and then just hold on for just a second, because that might, it didn't do, sometimes that'll move your picture. Did it move anybody's picture? Did it like mess it up? So that's okay. We're going to mess with that picture to get it where we want it. The picture is actually in line with text, so it depends on where it was at when you pasted of where your picture is going to go, but don't stress about it. And then it's going to go white. See how it has all this white background? We're going to get rid of that white background. Did you get pasted in okay? Okay. So down at the bottom when you paste it, scroll clear to the bottom of your text. It's going to give you this control box. You see that control box? And you can't do anything else or that box disappears if you happen to paste. If you did, I'll show you how to change this too. Click on that control down. This is a huge, this is super cool. So now I've got all the junk in it. It gives me 3 options of ways I can paste in. Okay, so I can keep it, I can keep the source formatting. That means it's going to take all the formatting from the website. The next one over is going to merge. It's going to try and guess my formatting. And the next one is going to be keep text only. So I either do the merge or usually I do the keep text. Let's do the keep text only on that one. Did you see that one okay? That work? Okay.
I didn't do that again.
So when you paste it, at the very bottom, it's going to give you this control box. I'll show you where you can get it to if you missed that part of it.
There wasn't a control box.
Yeah. So you might have clicked something before. So make sure you can do it this way too. Make sure all your text is highlighted. And you can also get it under your styles. Hit those double arrows down and you'll see when it says clear formatting. That'll do the same thing. So styles, double arrows down, clear formatting, and that gets rid of it. Okay. Let's make our text white. So you can see, you can't really see the black on the red or whatever color you've got. So make your text white. So highlight everything. I'm going to go to my text color and make it white. And then let's get rid of all the extra. There's some hard returns in between the paragraphs. Just get rid of those. So we want to get everything on one page. Make it look nice. Okay. We do good there? And you could do some cool stuff with this too. Like you could highlight it all and you could justify it. So then it looks nice. You don't have to, this is an FYI, you're welcome to. So like I could highlight it and justify it. And that gives you, see how it gives you that nice, so it's square on both sides. That's kind of cool to do. But you don't have to do that. Let's play with our picture now because we got all this gap up here. Right now our picture is what they call inline with text, like I mentioned. So if I drag this, wherever I drag this, it's going to treat it like the letter A or something. And I could move that anywhere I wanted, but it's going to put it wherever the text happens to be. We want to make it so the text goes around your picture. Okay, so click on your picture. When you click on it, it's going to give you this rainbow looking icon. This is supposed to be like a picture inside of the text. That icon is also under your Format tab, and you'll see there's one called Wrap Text, but it has that same icon. But I like to get it down here. Click on that, and then you're going to see with text wrapping, there's two of them. There's one that says square and one that says tight. I like the square one. Square means it's going to come around, square around your picture. Tight means it's going to try, like if you had, like the horse right here, it would try to go put words around, like close to the horse is what it would do. So let's just do the square one for now. And what that does is that wraps your text around your picture. The cool part is now your picture is floatable. Yeah, that's the cool part, right? So I can take my picture and I could put my picture wherever I wanted to in my, so pick where you'd like that. You could put that right in the middle or up in that top left or wherever you wanted. Okay, kind of cool, right? Did you get in there all right? Cool. Okay, let's go clear down to the bottom. We're going to play with this gap that we have down on the bottom. We want to make a separator down here, so we're going to put a line that goes all the way across our screen. This is under the Shapes tool. So the shapes we're going to insert it in. So we're going to go up to Insert. And we're almost done. Insert, and there's shapes. You got pictures, online pictures, shapes, and you can do all kinds of shapes. So what we're looking for are the lines. So it's the second one down. And you can do an arrow if you want. I'm just going to do a plain line. When you click on that, that's going to give you crosshairs. Okay, so that was under Insert tab, Shapes, and then there's just a line. So now I'm just going to click and hold, and I'm going to drag across. Now it's kind of hard to get a straight line in there, so hold your Shift key down while you're drawing it. And that's going to give you a perfectly straight line. And this is another graphic. So now with that selected, it gives me my Format tab again. So I can format it the same way I did all my other stuff. So I could go up here and do the shape styles. I could do the outline. I'm going to make that thicker. I'm going to go to the weight. So under the shape outline, I'm going to do like I'm going to do a 4.5. You can do whatever. I'm going to make it black to match the others. Okay, you can do the same thing with that. You can wrap the text. I mean, there's lots along your formatting along the top that you can do. Okay. Then one last thing. Let's put a shape down here. We're going to put a banner down, excuse me, a banner down here that we can put some text in. So this is a shape again. So let's go to Insert and Shapes. And then clear to the bottom, there's stars and banners. Just pick something along those lines. I'm going to do one of the 4 on the bottom right. But notice there's like call outs, like if you wanted somebody to speak or something. I mean, there's just tons of cool ones. There's cool arrows on there. I'm just going to pick a banner, and I'm just going to draw a square down here. It's a little big. Okay, same thing happens. Look across the top, you've got all your options. You'll get used to these because they're very similar to your different objects. So I'm going to pick a different shape. You could change the fill again. We're not going to get a ton of that. The one thing I need to show you, though, is how to get text inside of here. You can actually put text right inside of that. You could go and create a word art and just put the word art over the top of this, which would work and give you a little bit more creativity. For the state test, you need to know this, though. So on your shape, do a right-click on your shape, and there's just one that says, where did it say? There's one that says edit, add text. Thank you, add text. You just add text, and then you can do whatever you want in there. I'm going to do Homecoming 2021. Okay, and then you can change it's just a font again, so you could go back over to your home, and you could change the font size and whatever font you want and the color, and you can do all that same stuff. You can even, there's to make it look like word art, you could even do that kind of stuff in there too. So there's that hollow A that you could make it look cool. So you could add some stuff to it, make it glow or do anything along those lines too. Okay. Homecoming's quick, a couple weeks. Sweet, right? You can do some cool stuff with it. I mean, that's a sharp looking flyer. Looks good, right? Did yours look good? It looks good. You better not say no. And if you like this kind of stuff, you need to come take my other classes because it's super fun with the Photoshop and Illustrator and video and all that kind of stuff. Get into that. Okay, so we're done. We're done with this part. So save this. You guys did fabulous. This will cover everything that you're going to do on your own now in Word. So just follow along with the instructions. You're going to create this one from scratch, so there's no start file to it. And you're going to create like a part. You're going to advertise for a party. You can decide what the party is. But save this as a PDF for me too. Remember how to do that? File, save as, PDF, and then turn that in. So you'll turn 2 of them in today. You'll turn this one in, plus the one that you created on your own. And you're good. You guys are awesome. Oh, we didn't save this. Save this as a 2. Did you already save it? It's not a big deal. 2.2 class demo.